Hello everybody, it's Anne from Anne's Stampin' Up. Welcome to another card making day here in Simcoe, Ontario, where it's an absolutely beautiful day. Sun's shining, it's about 12 degrees out there, it's lovely. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Simcoe, and if you live in Canada and you don't have your own demonstrator, you can shop with me. You can reach me at stampsandtea@gmail.com, or my demonstrator website is stampsandtea.stampinup.net. So welcome everybody. Right now we are ending one catalogue and beginning a new one, a new annual catalogue. It starts on May the 1st, I believe it is, for customers. But demonstrators get to have like a little pre-order of some of the items, not everything in the catalogue, but some of them. So we're going to use some of those items today. So I'm just going to turn the camera down and we'll get started. So while I can't show you the inside of the catalogue or anything that's inside the catalogue, I can show you the front of the catalogue, and it's beautiful. It's a whole new design this time, different format, different layouts. Everything is completely different. And of course, as always, when we have a new annual catalogue, we have some new colours that are called in colours, and these colours will be sort of on a trial basis from 2024 to 2026, and I can show you those. What we have, we usually have 5, and really 5 of them are the in colours, but we also have a new colour called Basic Beige. Now the Basic Beige I'm hoping is going to become a standard colour, which is like your basic white, your basic black and basic beige. So I hope we keep that colour because it really is quite a nice warm looking colour. The new in colours are Peach Pie, Pretty in Pink, Petunia Pop, Shy Shamrock, try saying that one fast, Shy Shamrock, and Summer Splash. So we've got a beautiful range of colours. This Pretty in Pink is a colour that's been brought back. It was a very popular colour, and then as an in colour, and then it went away and it came back. I love it. It's a definite pink. We also have from several years ago a colour called Petal Pink, but it leans more to the orange tones, I think. This is a definite pink and it's beautiful, and this Petunia Pop is lovely. They're all gorgeous colours. So let's put those out of the way for now. What else do I want to show you? Let me move those. This folder is a new embossing folder. It's called Eyelet, and I've embossed a piece of the Basic Beige in it, and it's absolutely beautiful. To me, it's one of the nicest folders we've had in a long time. Really is a deep embossing. It's a 3D embossing folder, which just means it's a deeper embossing folder than your basic folder. But gosh, what a beautiful job it did on that Basic Beige. So that's available in the new catalogue as well. The suite we're going to use, or the bundle we're going to use today, is called, let me think, Country Birdhouse. Country Birdhouse, and it's stamps and dies and DSP. The DSP, which is just designer series paper, is all wood grain papers, and some are light, some are dark, different colours in there, dark browns, pinky browns, blues, this beautiful dark blue, what would it be called? Midnight, what's it called? Let me see. Misty Moonlight, I think, perhaps. Misty Moonlight blue, but it looks like a really weathered wood grain. So, you know, lots of different colours in there on the backs as well, and different grains. This one here with a bit of yellow in. Now that yellow is wild wheat. We are going to use this paper today, but I'm not going to use wild wheat with it. I'm going to use crushed curry because I like it a little bit better. So we've got some supplies there, but first let me just go over this Country Birdhouse. It's got 2 or 3 sentiments in there, some birds, a beautiful birdhouse, flowers, lovely stamp set. You've also got the dies which will cut out the birdhouse, flowers, a stand for the birdhouse, a hanging bow for the birdhouse, lots of little flowers, a space for the sentiment. You can use that for your sentiment. Cuts out the birds. This die here, this funny shaped die, cuts out this flower, and this funny shaped die here cuts out this flower. So it's a beautiful, lovely stamp set. So we are going to use this today. So let me think. Yes, let me bring in my, I don't want to bring in my cutter first. Yes, let's bring in the cutter first. We have this piece of crushed curry, and it's 8.5 by, it's 11 by 4 1/4, and we're going to do some scoring on it. We're going to score it at 1 inch, like from the end on the short side. There we go. We're going to go along the long side to score. Okay, so we've got 1 inch, 2.5 inches, 4 inches, and 5.5 inches. Is that right? 5.5. Yes. Okay, so when that's folded in half, it will give me my standard 5.5 by 4 1/4 card. So we've got that. Then we've got this beautiful piece of DSP with the winter wheat in and the darker colours. It's lovely. And from this we are going to cut off, this is 4 1/8 inch wide. I cut it at 12 inches and I can then pick the sections I like, but I'm just going to cut from the top. So we're going to cut a piece that is 3 15/16 by 1/8. Now 15/16 is hard to cut, you know, I get that, but if you look at the markings on your cutter, if you have a Stampin'Up cutter, your measurements along here are in 1/16 of an inch for your metric inches. So I'm just going to go right to there. Is that what I want? That's 2. I want 3 15/16. So I've got to go right up to here, just before my 4 inch mark. And cut that off. Whoops, that's the score at. Cut that off. And then I need 2 pieces at 1 3/8 inch. So I'm going here, 1, and I've got 1, 2, 3 eighths of an inch. And I need another piece at 1 3/8. There. This piece I'm going to turn over and use this side for part of the birdhouse. So I'll keep that. Okay. So let's put this sort of together. Just right now, so that we're getting these pieces out of the way. So we scored at 1 inch, 2.5, 4 inches and 5.5. Okay, and we're going to fold this way and burnish. Give it a nice press, and then the next one and a nice press. We're just going to keep going till we do all the folds going the same way. And when you fold it in half, there is your standard 5.5 by 4 1/4 inch card. Now we're going to open this up and we're going to take the first 2 folds and fold it in. So what you've got is you've got 1 inch here and 1.5 inches here. That's just not quite straight. Let me just crease that a little better. That's better. We're going to put adhesive just on this piece here, on the 1 inch piece. We're going to use liquid adhesive, and it's going on the 1 inch piece. And you know I always have way too much adhesive. we're going to hold it here like this, and we're going to bring this piece over and down and just press it down. Give it a good press till it gets a good hold. And I can see I've got a little bit of glue sticking out at the side. Just grab something to catch that. There. Okay, now when we open, we can turn it over, and you can see where we've glued it. This comes into a box, and your card should stand up like this. Okay, just like that, all by itself. And that way, doing it this way, when you fold on your folds and you glue the part and you fold this down, this way you know you're getting it square because of your score lines, and then when you set it up, it just sets up nicely. Okay, so then we've got some DSP. We've got the two pieces here, and we're going to glue one to the very front and one on here. On the edges you can see on the card. Okay, so we'll do that now. I'm going to flatten that down and lie this down, and I've got about an 1/18 of an inch, a 16th, no, yes, a 16th of an inch all the way around. So that piece goes there. This piece is going on next edge. And then this piece, you have to be careful of your of the way you put this down, because you've only got about an 1/8 of an inch difference in the width and the height. So I'm just checking, and yes, my stripes are going this way. Okay, so I'll just put some liquid adhesive on here. And I'm going to line this up so that it's about a 1/16 of an inch from the top of the card and the sides, because if it's off slightly at the bottom of the piece, you won't really notice it. But I want to have a nice even border all the way around. I'm going to turn it over and give it a really good press. There. And then when we stand it up, again, there's the basis for your card. Okie dokie. Now we're going to do some stamping. So we'll just put this piece out of the way. What are we going to stamp? We need to stamp some flowers. And we've got, let me see, I've got two pieces of basic white here. I've got a piece that is 5 1/4 by 4, and it's going to go on the back of the card so that you've got somewhere to write. Okay, so we're going to stamp a sentiment on there, and because these are photopolymer stamps, I need my brown foam mat. Just there, and this is the 5 1/4 by 4 piece. I've also got another piece which is just a quarter cardstock, quarter sheet of cardstock, that I'm going to stamp my flowers and my birds and my sentiment on. So, and I'm going to stamp in, what colour am I going to stamp in? I'm going to use Early Espresso, because it's a nice dark brown, and it'll give me a nice colour for my flowers and things. So let's have a look. This is the piece for the inside, and we've got it, or what I'm calling the inside, it would be the back, and we've got a stamp from the stamp set, and it says, "Hoping you have the best day ever." So let's get that inked up. hoping you have the best day ever. There, lovely. Okay, we're going to put that to one side and we're going to do the rest of the stamping on here. So we have a bird. Now the bird looks this way, so let me just show you. Bird sits that way. You can't stamp him the other way, except if you put your silicone mat down and you stamp on your silicone mat. I'm getting this really wet, really juicy, and I'm going to stamp this stamp right on my mat like that. I'm not sure if you can see it or not. Can you see it? You can see it there when I hold it to the light. Then I'm going to take my piece of white cardstock, making sure I'm doing it on the side that doesn't have the bird, and I'm going to press this down and rub my fingers over the back of it to pick up the ink from the silicone mat. And now I've got two birds, one going this way, one going that way. Isn't that clever? And I've got a baby wipe, and I'm just going to wipe my mat carefully. There. Alright, so now we've got two birds. We need some flowers. We're going to use this flower here, this lovely little one. I think it's kind of like a tulip. And I'm going to stamp it several times. And we're going to colour the flowers. I think I'll stamp a couple of extras just in case I need them. There. There. So we've got some birds and we've got some flowers. Oh, and I need a sentiment. Now when I look at this stamp here, you can see that it's, can you see? Let me see. You can see that it's gone sort of pink. It's discoloured. That's not going to hurt the stamp at all. It's just because the brown colour is sort of part of the red family, and red really stains. It stains all your stamps, doesn't hurt them at all. Alright, it stains all your photopolymer stamps, but it doesn't hurt them. So now let me see what I have. I want to see if I can get this to cut out up there. Yes, so I should be able to stamp my sentiment at the top, and the sentiment, whoops, just says happy birthday. It's kind of a wobbly sentiment. It's not straight, you know, it's a wobbly stamp, so I'm gonna see if I can get it out at the top of my card. I just need to bring it this way a little bit. There, so all my stamping is on the same piece of card. Now we've got to do some colouring now. So we're going to do some colouring and some cutting out. And of course, you know, I have to go over to the other side of the room for the cut and the stamp and cut and emboss machine, because it really shakes my table, you know. So I've got some markers here. I have Granny Apple Green, light and dark for the leaves. I've got dark saffron and light saffron, and we'll colour the flowers and the birds. I've got a bit of dark soft suede for the bird beaks and the legs, and I've got some bubble bath. Is this bubble bath? Yes, bubble bath, light and dark for flowers and part of the bird. Okay, so the bird, how am I going to colour the bird? I'm going to colour the bird in light, so saffron, with a little bit of pink around, just to little bit of pink, light bubble bath, just around, oops, the edge of the bird. Okay, and I'm just going to use my pencil, my pencil point. I'm calling this a pencil point. Okay, so I'm just going to go lightly around here. Just carefully. And I'm just going to colour like the little bits here. I don't think we need any shading on this colour, on these birds or flowers, because the dark brown gives us a nice colour to work with, you know. It's not too stark, if like the Memento black, but it's a nice colour. So that's all I'm going to do there, and I'm going to use some light So Saffron to colour the rest of the bird. Now the So Saffron really is a light colour. You could do the dark if you want to, but I'm doing my flowers in dark So Saffron, so I'm trying to keep them just a little bit different. Around his eyes. And if this isn't dark enough, you know, but you don't want to go as dark as the dark So Saffron, you can go over this a couple of times and you just get a little more colour, but not as dark as the So Saffron. There. Do a little bit on this one. Missing the eye. And I'm going to use the dark crumb cake just for the feet and the beaks of the birds. So I have to think about that. I have to be careful when I'm doing that, because they are very very small pieces. Okay, so we'll just do the eyes, the beak, there. So there's the birds coloured. Now the flowers, I'm only going to show you one or two. I'll do one in each colour and then I'll turn the camera off, colour the rest, and I'll go and cut them all out. So we've got some dark bubble bath here, and it's a really nice pink, the dark bubble bath. And the other flowers, I'll do some in dark bubble bath and some in dark So Saffron. And for the leaves, I'm going to use Granny Apple Green. And that's another nice colour there. I'll do that one. Where's my dark So Saffron? Here. That's another lovely colour, dark So Saffron. There. I'll just show you a couple of the leaves. What am I going to use? Granny Apple Green, light or dark? Oh, I think dark. It's a nice colour. Okay, well, let's have a look at the light first as well. No, I think dark. Okay. And I'm just going to go over to the big shot and cut these out. Well, actually, I'm going to leave them for a minute. I'm going to do all my cutting out at the same time, because I need to cut out a birdhouse. There. So we'll end up, what have we got? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 8 flowers here. We'll end up with 4 yellow, 4 pink. Okay, we'll just put this to one side and I'll show you how we're going to cut out the birdhouse. We've got the big die for the birdhouse. Now you can choose how you want your birdhouse to look, how weathered you want it to look. I'm just going to put that there. Oh, I need a scrap of white as well. Have I got a scrap of white? Oh, that's beige. I need a scrap of white because I'm going to cut this frilly little piece out of white. Okay, so I need to find a piece of white for that. This piece here I am going to cut the roof out of. So we'll do that. That can go, no, sorry, not the roof. This piece here for the main roof, we'll cut that out of there. We'll cut this out of basic white and we'll cut the birdhouse out of the blue. Now I'm also going to cut a piece of white for the bottom here, the bottom of the birdhouse, and an extra piece, and where's my stamping? My sentiment, like that. Okay, so let me just stop the camera and I'll go over to the big shot and I'll cut the pieces out that I need. Alright, so let me see what I have here. My dies put back. Just so I don't lose them. Whoops. There, as long as they're tucked down, that's good. Whoops, my flowers. Okay, let's see what we've got. Now this one bird, because we don't have a die for him, we'll have to cut him out carefully, just by hand, which should only take a couple of seconds. To make them the same as the other one, so okay, just cuts in a little bit there. There. I'm just trying to turn the cardstock, not really moving my scissors too much. How does his tail look? Just has little bumps in his tail. There. Okay, let me make sure I don't throw away any parts I need. That and that and that. Okay. I don't need that. So now we're going to build a birdhouse. Let's have a look. Yes, this is going, I don't know where. Let's have a look. Here's the birdhouse. Where is my silicone mat now? Here it is. Okay, so we've got the basic shape for the birdhouse. We've got this piece here for the roof. So we'll put that down first. Which side am I going to use? I'm going to show this side, so I want the adhesive on this side. And I'm trying not to get too much adhesive. But that's easier said than done. Okay, so let me pick this piece up. This is going to go right in here. Lines up nicely. Got a little push there. And it's okay if I get adhesive onto my silicone mat because it just peels off when it's dry. So now we've got the scalloped piece of the roof. And that's just going to tuck right in beside the roof line. There. And again, it all should sort of fit into place. Whoops, don't push it too far. There and there. Isn't that pretty? Makes a lovely little birdhouse, this set. Okay, so now we want, where do we want the happy birthday? We want the happy birthday, I think, to go on the front of the card there. So we're going to put the plain white piece that I cut out along the bottom, just like that. Let me see, this way, because it's got like a little edge around it. So we'll put that down. I think we've got flowers, we've got birds, we've got a happy birthday. Yeah, okay, so this piece I should, oh, there it is, a circle for the inside of the birdhouse. Now I should have a little piece that goes in there as well. A second. Oh, there it is. Okay, there. So let me put that down. I think we'll just put that right there. I'm just going to tuck this little piece back into the center. Alright, what next? This piece is going to go here, and I've got flowers and birds which are going to go on the front of the card. Yeah. Now because it's liquid adhesive, I've still got a second or two to twist it and move it just a little bit if I need to. There. So now we've got the basic card. We've got the birdhouse, which is going to go on there like that. We need some flowers, a sentiment. The sentiment's going to go down here like this. Now, what do I need? Let me see where my birds are going to go. Okay, so we could have one bird sitting here. Could have one bird tucked in there like that, so he's sitting on the roof. Oh, I think so. That looks all right. We've got some flowers here. What have I got? I'm left with 3 yellow and 4 pink. I'll cut out some more if I need them. I think we're just going to group the flowers along here behind, sort of tucked behind the sentiment. All right. So let me just put a little bit of adhesive, liquid adhesive, along the top of the sentiment. Like that. And then pick up some flowers and line them up. What have we got? We've got 4 pink and 4 pink and 4 yellow. So let's have a look. I just want them to just catch on the end. That's a pink. Yellow. See how that's looking. Oh, that's looking pretty. Pink. Yellow. Four, 5, 6. Pink. And a yellow. Don't think I've got enough adhesive on the end there. We'll give that a little dab more. There. So I've just made that look like a flower box. I'm going to press them all down, make sure they're all held, and then I'm going to put some extra adhesive right along the edge and around my flower box, making sure I catch all the flowers. Right, that's gonna go right about there. Making sure it's kind of straight. I need to pull it down just a little bit. There. There. We've got a couple of birds. I think we'll pop him up on dimensionals, on a dimensional. Oops, we haven't glued the birdhouse down. Birdhouse down right in the center, right up to the fold, and he should sit right about just not quite at the top of the card, just a hair down from the top of the card. There. I've got a birdie here we're putting on a dimensional. A little pink flower here left over, and I've lost my other bird. There he is. We can either lift this and tuck him in, or we can just set him here. I could go there. I need another dimensional. There. And we've got one little pink flower. We'll just stick it here just right down there. Just right there. Turn this over, and this is the piece going on the back. There we have it. I'll go right there. Just a wee little border all the way around. Move that out. There. So that is our card for today. That turned out quite nicely, I think. So there you have it. That's a sneak peek of the new stamp set, one of the new stamp sets called Country Birdhouse Stamp Size DSP. There it is. Makes a lovely little card, and that's it for today. As always, well, this is my own design, so if you wish to copy and share, please do so. Just see where you saw the card made. And if you do sell your cards, put the Stampin' Up angel stamp on, which just says all the supplies used are Stampin' Up supplies. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time. Bye.